Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Greetings and salutations. We're back looking at the show Deep Space Nine, or Star Trek Deep Space Nine, with 2 episodes, Post-Prologue, and A Man Alone. And what happened in the episode Post-Prologue? In this episode, a Bajorian terrorist seeks asylum aboard the station from pursuing Kardashians. Publicly renouncing his past violent ways, he begins liaising with the Dara sisters, leading to suspicions that he was playing further acts of terrorism and causing Major Kyra to consider her royalties. I think it's been a while since they have, had the appearance of the Ross sisters.
Yeah, perhaps some silk lingerie from Kraus 4.
Watch your tongue, Cardassian, or I'll rip it out and eat it.
I meant no offense.
I think last time they ever showed up which was in TNG, they showed up in an episode when, I think it was when Worf was kicked out of when he was renounced from his family and all that. I do like the idea of someone from your past, and then you just realize oh shoot, you still want the ability to say, hey, I want to be able to help my fellows and all that stuff, but then you realize hey, is the way we're going to be doing this the right way? I'll be honest, when we first are introduced into the character of Tara Loss, I apologize, I feel like he could tell immediately, because the Kardashian is basically saying, hey, he's a bad dude, and then you're feeling yeah, I can see that, because he's just saying, oh, friend, and then you're just saying, no, you can see right freaking through it. This episode also introduces the character of Garrick, who is a Kardashian, who, lives on the station, has his own little store. When he is first introduced, I thought, oh my gosh.
It's Dr. Bashir, isn't it? Of course it is. May I introduce myself?
Yes, of course.
Now, my name is Garrick, a Cardassian by birth, obviously. The only one of us left on this station, as a matter of fact. So, I do appreciate making new friends whenever I can.
We must have, a character who is, he's actually monosexual, I believe, but I can't believe, he is definitely gay-coded, because you can tell, the way he's just rubbing up on one of the dudes,
Now, good day to you, Doctor. I'm so glad to have made such an interesting new friend today.
You can tell. But I do like how he was, even though it was, this show came out in this episode came out in 1993, so, I think since all of, gay characters and queer, folks, it wasn't really as accepted as today. Heck, even today, it's still not as still looked kind of down upon at times when it comes to shows and all that. But I thought this episode was pretty good. I like the fact that Kyra, she is trying to figure she's trying to figure say, do I do this? Do I do this? Am I still going to, do what the others are gonna believe? What do I help the Bajorians? Do I help this guy who I've known for years, who is actually this, traitor to the people and all that? Overall, I thought this episode was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Let's look at the episode, A Man Alone. And in this episode, it focused on the character of Odo, a shapeshifter of unknown origin, and he is framed for the murder of a smuggler. I would say this episode is similar to a Agatha Christie story, and you probably have heard me talk about this so many gosh darn times. I really love Agatha Christie novels. I even most recently like the most recent Kenneth Branagh's recent Agatha Christie film he did. Yeah, I do. The thing that makes this idea of this story intriguing is in the fact that Odo, he is a shapeshifter, so suddenly he can be there. We might not know. So the idea of a character who's a shapeshifter being framed is a great idea for a whodunit kind of story, and that everyone else probably doesn't already like him because he's the head of security, so everyone is just either walking on pins and needles to try to not get on his bad side. Another side story that goes on in this episode is in that the character of Jake and another character who is, I believe it was the the nephew of Quark. They basically become friends, and O'Brien, his wife Kyoko, I believe, says hey, I want to start a school. So we have that as a backstory, a side B. And I do like the idea of, having a school on a space station, because that's, it's probably been done before, but the way it's done here is fairly tricky. But I feel say, the A plot, which is Odo being accused of murder, is a story element that could lend itself to a arc kind of story. At the same time, I understand that wouldn't really work, especially since this is only episode. So this technically would be episode 5, because then you had the pilot was episode 1 and 2. But I kind of liked both of these episodes. I really did. I'll see you next time.